In courts of law from east to west and north to south, they've said that the election was not stolen, that there weren't irregularities. Why do you remain convinced?
First of all, watch the movie 2,000 Mules. And second of all, it's so obvious that it was because you could see people going to the drop boxes on video camera and sticking a whole lot of ballots in those. And it's just very, very strange to me that here in Detroit, in the city of Detroit, somehow or another, Biden got an extra, 120,000 plus more votes to Donald J. Trump's no votes. No, there's something fishy about that.
Well, we all know about the 2020 elections and what kind of went down, and we just follow a lot of non-mainstream media to learn the real truth about what happened. So
you think that it was a stolen election?
I would say so, as what I have known so far of what I've read and researched. We know the truth. We know what...
You know it above the courts?
I'm not saying I know it above the courts personally as Wendy, but I just believe in what I believe in. And in my heart, I know who won and I know who should be in office. And I believe he still is in office.
My favorite conspiracy theories are ones that completely deny that Joe Biden is the acting president of the United States of America. Favorite, I mean, name me a better one. I'll wait.
What do you think of the job the president's doing?
Biden's no president.
What do you mean?
He's a fiction of our imagination. Hell,
fiction of our imagination?
I don't think he's even been in the White House. Go. If you ever go back and look at the White House, man, they always had 2-3 people on top, at least one on top of the White House. Always security. Okay. Go look at the White House last 3 or 4 years. Never been one person. Never been one person.
And what does that prove?
That proves that there's no freaking president right now. Biden's a figment of our imagination. I think the guy's been dead for 3 or 4 years.
What do you mean a figment of our imagination? Like he's speaking. He just spoke the other day. He went to Hawaii.
You could be a person with a mask on. I could be wearing a mask. You wouldn't even know.
Because facts and logic are optional to MAGA.
The shirt says never surrender?
That's right.
And that's from when he surrendered and got his mugshot taken?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Thanks for letting me know.
If we were to go through with an impeachment of Biden and, get rid of Nancy and Kamala Harris, 2024 is coming up.
We don't have until 2024, I don't think. And I mean, it's like we can't rely on Trump to save us because, like, we, the people, built the country, and we have to, trust God on that, and we, the people, have to do so. We can't just always rely on Trump. But, I mean, I love Trump, clearly.
Okay, honest question. How does she see out of the car when she's driving?
What are people not talking about that they should?
They're not talking about our worldview. Everybody's laughing at America.
I'm not a science denier.
Okay, so were you a vaccine supporter?
Zero.
But science made the vaccines.
What science? Who made the science?
What's the most dangerous thing happening in the country right now?
That the kids are switching their genital or their sexual things in like grade school and stuff like that.
What are people not talking about that they should?
They're not talking about our worldview. Everybody's laughing at America because we have the weakest president we've ever had in the history. He likes everybody but America. Because he's crooked, he's gotten a lot of money, millions over the years with his son Hunter. But the thing that is, Russia, China, everybody's laughing because we have no strength. We are not the America of 10 years ago. It's scary.
So we were stronger when President Obama was in office?
No.
That was 10 years ago.
No, yeah. Obama started this whole mess and started dividing us. When Trump came in, he started getting us back to our roots, back to loving America, back to helping get rid of the regulations so we can be more energy efficient. Now, look at we're buying our oil from where? A foreign country when we have enough here in this country to take care of us plus many?
Well, we've always bought our oil from other countries.
No, but we could produce more here. He's hurting big businesses. Look at what's going on. You've got big businesses that are going out of business. Did you hear about the drug? Not CVS, but one of them. Rite Aid. They're going out of business. They're closing over 100 stores.
That has nothing to do with being able to get stuff online and from Amazon?
No.
What about the debate over pronouns that we hear about?
I'm going to be 80 years old tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
Thanks. And what does it mean? I have never seen anything like this in my 80 years. I've seen a lot since the 1940s when I was born, and this is the worst. What do we mean pronouns? I mean, there's an X and Y chromosome. Are we going against science?
I honestly think they're in like the denial stage where they just cannot comprehend that like most of the country did not and does not want him in office. Right? Even MAGA, even Republicans are sort of like, do we have anyone else like that's like more charismatic fascist? Like DeSantis.
What do you think should be done to the January 6th people?
Leave them alone. Let them have the ones that are in prison right now?
Yeah, the ones that are in prison and the ones that are under indictment.
I think we should compare the January 6th people to all the Antifa people that burned down cities that got nothing. I think we should remember the standard and see the disparity of the two. January 6th people are being held without any real crimes, and they're in a prison. They've been in a prison for 2 years. BLM literally burned down cities, and nobody went to jail. I think, first of all, the American people don't know what happened at January 6th because the media is such a lying bunch. They are presenting total false narratives. So people don't know what happened at January 6th. So if they knew truly what happened at January 6th, they might have a different opinion.
They're being held without any evidence of crimes. Yes, people are often in America charged and put in prison without evidence of crimes. Right. At the trials, they just goof around for a couple weeks and then just send people to jail. They send Jan 6 protesters to jail because they did the tiny little crime of trying to overthrow the government, trying to, in an insurrection against our democracy, not certify a presidential election, you maroon fives. It could not be easier to understand how doing something like that would be not good, would be against the law. But it's good that you are cool with crimes just because you use the wonderful whataboutism of, well, compare it to BLM.
I think we should compare the January 6th people to all the Antifa people that burned down cities that got nothing.
Oh, you mean the thing many years earlier, the Black Lives Matter protests that happened during the pandemic that people were arrested for? That people were punished for bad behavior that went against the auspices of normal protesting? You're talking about that, right? So, are you going to change your opinion now? Or would you at least be open to looking into it more? Let's hear.
Did you support a bipartisan committee to look into January 6th?
No.
No. It would be bipartisan, meaning it wouldn't be political, meaning truth might come out. Why would I support that?
I don't think anybody should be looking into people celebrating and standing up for their First Amendment.
No,
First of all, there's only one First Amendment. There's not multiple First Amendments. That's why it's called the first one. Secondly, celebrating? Jan 6 was people celebrating their First Amendment rights? Usually you do that without killing police officers and breaking glass and storming into buildings. Just saying.
I just meant what people allege to be a breach of the Capitol. That, you just said we don't know what happened on January 6th. The committee, they tried to do a committee to look into what happened. They did, but it wasn't as bipartisan as people wanted.
I don't think they looked into what the breach of police stations, county buildings with BLM.
Right. Go right back to the other thing that's not the thing that you're defending, because you can't defend the thing. Makes a lot of sense. These MAGA Republicans, which is pretty much all Republicans these days, claim there's a two-tiered justice system that persecutes them, when in fact what they want is a two-tier justice system. The enforcement of laws against people who commit crimes against those laws, breaking them, but not when they do it. That's the two tiers they want. And of course they conveniently ignore the actual two-tier justice system in this country, which is one that punishes people of color and poor people far more than the wealthy and the well-to-do and white people. So they have the term right, but they don't have any of the facts correct or the essence of it or the truth or the basis of it in any way. So Close, but no cigar. Listen to just one more genius real quick, and listen to his brain run out of words while trying to justify a sentence that can't be finished or justified.
If Trump wins, would you accept that result?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't accept the Biden result?
No.
Could it be rigged, is what I'm saying, in favor of Trump?
It could be. But that's a real stretch because Trump and the Republicans have never had the on-the-ground machinery that the Democrats have had for 100 years. You can't recreate that in 2 or 3 years.
They weren't ready. They didn't believe well, they have machinery on the ground, the Democrats, that Republicans can't have. Why can't they have it? I don't know. What are you talking about? I'm not sure. What's on the ground machinery? Nobody knows. They have machines on the ground. What is there any interpretation where that makes any sense? Well, But then even if they did have this on the ground machinery that made it impossible for Republicans to beat Democrats, how come they beat Democrats in 2016 when Trump won?
But he won in 2016.
He did.
Right.
Look over here, please. I mean, you can't. You can't talk to these people. You can. It's entertaining, but it also really weakens your faith in humanity, don't it?